Great idea, Flora.
Oops.
Oops.
Yeah, I didn't really think this one through.
I wrote down in a book, love, all the things that I thought you'd say, all those glances upon the wild of my heart still remain.
Alright, so I am currently packing to go and visit one of the most remote valleys and beautiful valleys in northern Pakistan. And it's called Chiporsun Valley. But there's a catch. Since I like a bit of adventure, I thought I would add an extra layer of challenge to it. You know, just because I like to make myself miserable, I guess. I'm going to do it without any help of the internet. No Wi-Fi, no SIM card, no reception, nothing. Now, to be fair, it is partly an involuntary challenge because Chiporsun is so remote that there's basically no reception there anyway. So the challenge is very simple. I just need to find my way there, be there, and then get back, all without the use of internet. Shouldn't be too hard, right? Chalo. Oh hey! You're here too!
Whoa.
That's crazy!
Such a coincidence.
Hey, you want to travel together?
Not really.
Let's do that again. Hey, you want to travel together?
I'll consider it.
Cool. Let's go.
Yay! Stupid.
Okay. Time to put the phone away. Me. I think I might be a little bit addicted to my phone.
I think so too.
Well, not anymore. Goodbye, phone. So, the plan is to walk to Aliabad because that's kind of the main transport hub in this area. And from there, we're gonna have to find some way to get to Sost, which is basically the end of the road. And from Sost, there should be a jeep to Chiporsun, but I have no idea, so we're just gonna have to go and see. But before we could even get to Aliabad, a car stopped. Okay, we found our first ride. That all happened so fast, but someone kind of just picked us up and it's taking us almost all the way to Gonning. And if you know us, you know we can say no to a hitchhiking opportunity. This will be forever my favorite kind of transport. Yep. And in true Pakistani fashion, you barely have to work for it. Cars just stop.
Can we go with you?
Really?
Thank you.
Okay, we go from one ride into the other. Thank you so much again. Bye. And most of the time they want nothing in return, except for maybe a selfie. Okay, well, the plan wasn't really to hitchhike, but it happened anyway. Like, that's the thing, sometimes it's just easier to hitch a ride with someone than to actually find a way with public transport. Guess we're hitchhiking now. Okay, hitchhike number 3 drops us off somewhere. As we were nearing Sost, things started looking rougher and more remote. Okay, so here's a little flash forward into the future, just quickly back from the offline world into the online world for a second, just so I can thank the paid partner of today's video, which is BetterHelp. And while this video is actually all about being disconnected from the digital world, BetterHelp is all about connecting you with professional help online. You know, out there in Chiporsun, it was just peace and quiet. But here, back in my everyday life again, the usual stresses just come rushing back, and this is where therapy can be really helpful. It's so easy to look at someone else's life, especially online, and just think to yourself, wow, their life looks absolutely perfect. But I'm convinced that everyone struggles, including myself. I have dealt with a bunch of mental health issues in my past, and although therapy has helped me a lot and I'm feeling so much stronger now, to this day, therapy is still such a useful tool just to help me grow as a person and take positive steps forward in life. BetterHelp is on a mission to make starting therapy easier. They can connect you with a credentialed therapist all online. You just fill out a questionnaire and you will match with a therapist in as little as a couple days. One of the best features is that if the first therapist doesn't feel like the right fit for you, you can very easily just change to another one until you find one that you actually connect with. So if you think you would benefit from a therapy session, you can click the link in the description box below, or you can simply go to betterhelp.com/Flora Gonning, which will also give you a discount on your first month. Alright, now let's get back into the offline world. Our last hitch dropped us off at what at a first glance kind of looked like a construction site, but they insisted it was the bus station. And indeed, walking a bit further on, we found out that this is where the jeeps to Chapursan depart from. We got the bus tickets, so that's great. The van should leave around 2:33. So we just thought we would grab some lunch before that. And it's funny because like this would be one of those moments where I would grab my phone and start like searching for a place to eat. Maybe, you know, check some reviews, see if I can find any good food places. Now we're just gonna have to pick one and hope for the best. We ended up at this small restaurant that seemed to have people sitting in it, which is often a good sign to look out for. Honestly, this might be some of the best paratha I've had.
Yeah, they're like fluffy, crispy.
It's so crispy. Who needs reviews? Just trust your gut. After a delicious lunch, we headed back to the bus station to wait for the jeep to Chapursan. And apparently we weren't the only ones making the journey. But the number of people didn't really seem to match the size of the tiny jeep waiting for us.
Help.
Help. It's gonna be bad. Turns out it didn't match, but somehow they make it fit anyway. It's pretty tiny. Chapursan Valley lies in the northernmost part of Pakistan, close to Afghanistan and the Wakhi corridor. The people here are primarily Wakhi, and most follow the Ismaili Islam faith. The valley consists of about 8 small villages, and we decided to go all the way to the last one, also the most remote one, called Sotkun. So one of the bags just fell off the roof. We kept driving and driving, passing village after village, and just seeing ourselves getting further removed from the modern world. Okay, so I think we arrived. They dropped us off at a guest house, and guys, we are in the middle of nowhere. Oscar is mad at me for bringing him into this
5-star hotel.
Well, okay, let's check if there's actually anyone here, because it looks very deserted. Well, let's hope, because otherwise we might have a problem. Please, 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 please. Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you. Alexander.
Hi, Flora. Nice to meet you.
Careful with this.
Yeah.
No lights for now. Later will be a light.
Okay, that's so good.
Great idea, Flora.
Oops.
Oops.
Yeah, I didn't really think this one through.
I mean, I expected worse when I saw...
I thought we would be sleeping on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, at least we have a bed.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Even a Western toilet. I mean, you know, it's all about the art of doing nothing here.
Exactly.
So, we're just gonna sit here in the dark for the rest of the evening. Chai, chai, chai! And sugar!
Cheers.
Cheers. Well.
Yeah.
Now what?
Now we have nothing else to do. No, we just enjoy ourselves.
How? How do you enjoy yourself when you don't have any Wi-Fi?
Just
That's such a Gen Z question, by the way.
focus on... what's the word I told you earlier? You savor moments.
You savor the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just focus a little bit more. There's always something interesting about every moment.
Yeah.
Look, there's mountains. There's a full moon. There's a beautiful, beautiful Dutch girl. Quietness. Fresh air.
Yes. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Stargazing.
Stargazing.
Well, not yet, but
Yeah,
soon.
kind of. A little
bit.
Murr.
Enjoy the sound of the moon.
And the moon looks pretty epic.
The next day, we decided to go and explore. They have butt-skipping sheep here. Oh my god, that's the cutest thing ever. Okay, so yesterday evening during the dinner, the hotel owner, he told us about a couple of lakes nearby that we could swim in. So even though it is very chilly, I think we're gonna try it out, you know, have a little cold plunge. I haven't swum in Pakistan yet, so I think it's, you know, just one of those things that I need to tick off my bucket list. So let's go. Chalo. Thanks again. Bye. So we thought it would be kind of a fun idea to have like a little bit of a picnic at the lake. But the only shop we could find in this place only sold cookies. So now it's gonna be a cookie picnic, which I am not mad about. Since we didn't have internet or a map, the owner gave us some instructions on how to get there. He told us to look for a gate and then a bridge. Gate! And honestly, it kind of felt like we were on a treasure hunt. So we've been walking for about 2 hours at this point. The owner said it would be like 40 minutes to an hour. So that's why I am starting to wonder if we are actually going in the right direction, because there is not a bridge in sight. To be fair, it is very Pakistani to say that a hike is going to be like 40 minutes to an hour and then it turning out to be like 3 hours. So we shouldn't be that surprised probably. But after about 3 hours of hiking with no bridge or lake in sight, we came across this really scenic, peaceful spot that was calling to be picnicked at. so we decided to stop there. I mean, if this isn't the perfect picnic spot, I don't know what is.
I mean, look at this amazing buffet. Got so many cookies and chocolate, dried fruit.
Normally, I'm not very good at doing nothing. I think we live in a world where we are rewarded for always striving to do more, to always be productive and to fill our time with tasks. But being here kind of reminds me of the value of doing less. Out here, doing nothing isn't seen as a waste of time. There's value and enjoyment in it. I guess sometimes the most beautiful moments happen when we simply allow ourselves to just be.
Flora is trying to pet the sheep, but they don't want to. You're gonna steal it? Take it with you? Oh, you have a butt skipper behind you.
That was the best moment of my life. Okay, so we are about 2 days into the no internet / no phone challenge. And honestly, doing pretty good. Might have opened my email app a couple times subconsciously and then realized that there was no point in doing that at all. Like once you let it go, it's actually just really relaxing. Like it's a whole world that just disappears. I realized one of the things why I think I'm a little bit addicted to my phone is because it allows me to stay in touch with my family and friends, right? Because I'm very far away from them right now. Like for example, today is actually my mom's birthday and I can't even send her a text to congratulate her, which really makes me a little bit sad. So Mom, if you see this, please don't think I forgot you. Happy birthday and I love you and I can't wait to tell you that in person. After a small breakfast, it was time to continue our treasure hunt. It's a new day and we have decided to do another attempt to find the lake. Since we have nothing better to do anyway. And we really want to take a swim. Also because we didn't shower for like 2 days at this point. It would be nice, I think. Also, I'm so hungry. But once we got to the cookie shop, it was closed. Yeah, so there are no restaurants in this place, so we are completely dependent on the food that the guest house serves us. And they serve like great food, nothing to complain about. It's just that the portion sizes are not that big. I feel like Oscar and I both have a really big appetite. Like we eat a lot. Like breakfast was basically 1 omelette for both of us and 1 chapati. And I'm still so hungry. And now the only shop in this place, in this town, is closed as well. So we continued our mission without cookies this time. Okay, so we just made it to the gate again. And this time our hotel owner, he actually gave us a little bit more instructions about where to go and how to find the bridge. So let's hope we can find the lake today. Yay! We found it! Yeah, no wonder why we missed this path. There is almost no path. think we found it!
The lake was so clear, and the best part was that there was no one around. The water was really cold, but it felt amazing and refreshing. It's one of those things where you can feel the pain, but you don't really want to get out anyway.
Okay, so we just came back from the lake. We had a little bit of lunch, some French fries. So at least we got some food in. Like, I know I was complaining earlier about being hungry and the lack of food, but actually I have no right to complain at all, because like I just realized that in these valleys, like, they're completely self-sufficient, right? They harvest everything themselves. Even this guest house, like, they have their own sheep, their own cows for milk and meat, and their own chickens for eggs, and they harvest their own potatoes and vegetables. So like, it's so easy to kind of take food for granted when you're in the modern world. Like, you just order a plate of food without even really thinking about where the food comes from. Like, you take it for granted, you know? And then you experience life in such a remote place where it takes a lot of effort to produce food. So I should, you know, recognize that and appreciate that as well, that they're even willing to share their food with us. So yeah.
So we heard that there was a wedding in town, and we actually ended up getting invited. It was happening at this beautiful spot up the hill, at the groom's house. The bride and groom hadn't arrived yet, but we were told they would be here soon. In the meantime, everyone was just enjoying the wait. Kids were playing games and singing on the rock, all while keeping a lookout for the newlyweds to arrive. There was this beautiful sense of anticipation in the air. The night struck, and there was still no sign of the bride and groom. And so we waited, and we chatted, and we got hungry.
I think that's where they're making the food.
Yeah? That's the kitchen?
That's the kitchen. Food, food, food. I'm not here for the food, by the way. I'm here to genuinely enjoy a Pakistani wedding.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just also very hungry.
So we decided to take a closer look at the kitchen.
Yeah, it's okay? What is this? Okay, language.
Flour in water.
Oh, flour and water?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And you eat it with like chapati or like bread?
Yes.
This is
This meat.
meat. Mutton
And beef.
Mutton and beef.
For the ones that don't know, I am actually a vegetarian.
It's a lot of meat.
Yep, it's a lot of meat.
At this point, I wouldn't eat anything.
Yeah. What would you choose, mutton or beef?
I don't know, because I haven't had any of that. I
Ah,
don't know
true.
what it is.
I forgot about that.
It's just like such a like challenge to like cook for 80 to 100 people. Like, how do you even do that in such a space? It's impressive. So what we heard and what we know is that the bride, she's actually from Sost, and then the guy is from here, from Chiporsun, from this village. And so kind of the custom here is that they drive from Sost, from her place. They make a couple of stops on the way to eat and to celebrate, and then this is kind of their end station where the bride gets introduced to the groom's house, and they kind of stay here and live here together for the rest of their lives. How romantic. So yeah, this is kind of gonna be like the last stop for them and the last like eating celebration thing. So I'm up for some eating and some celebration. And I'm having a lot of guys staring at me right now.
But then, at last, the newlyweds finally arrived.
I see cars coming!
And from that moment, everything moved fast. The groom's brother actually asked if we could film parts of the ceremony. And of course, we were happy to. The first part of the tradition was welcoming the bride and the groom to their new life together.
I feel like we're not supposed to be here, but we are, and it's crazy.
Once the welcoming was over, we moved to the groom's house for the next part of the celebration, introducing the bride to her new home.
This is crazy. The bride looked so beautiful though, like so beautiful. It's so cool to see, like the traditions, how they celebrate it here. It's very different than what I know, what you know. So it's yeah, it's new, but it's really interesting.
And then it was finally time for food.
First piece of meat in a long time. I'm sorry. Damn it, it's great. It's really good. It's weird, but it's good.
Well, any thoughts?
Any thoughts? I am not hungry anymore, which is really nice. I ate meat for the first time in forever. I was just so hungry I didn't care anymore. It was pretty good. I don't like to admit it, but it was pretty good. Yeah, so basically there's gonna be like a little dance party thing from like 11 p.m. But since I'm a grandma and Oscar is a grandpa, we're probably not gonna make it that late. It was such a great experience, like so unique. Like we just witnessed a wedding in one of the remotest places in northern Pakistan. Like, how did that happen? It's insane. I'm very happy.
So it's currently 5:30 in the morning and we are waiting for the van back to Soest. It's time to go back to the world of internet and food. This little experiment of traveling without internet made me realize that a phone does make traveling a lot easier. Small things like finding the bus station or booking a place to stay or checking for restaurant reviews or ATMs around suddenly became a bit more of a guessing game.
Well, let's just say that that van is not made for tall people.
But I also learned that there's so much value in turning off your phone every now and then. Without the distractions, you're more present, more connected to what's happening around you. You start relying on people again. Instead of looking everything up, you just ask. And it's kind of refreshing to remember how far simple human kindness can take you.
Hi, excuse me, Aliabad?
Yes.
This one, Aliabad?
Yes, this one is going to.
And also, you tune in to your own instincts a bit more.
Okay, so we ended up finding the minivan to Aliabad, but it was like loaded with people, and they again tried to kind of shove us in the back, which are the most uncomfortable seats, especially for tall people. So yeah, we were just like, okay, you know what, we're just gonna get out and try to hitchhike instead. Literally one of the first vehicles that drove by was this huge empty bus. And they stopped and said that we could go with them. So now we have this entire tour bus to ourselves.
You learn to trust your gut, whether it's about which kind of transport to take or how to navigate unfamiliar situations. It's a different way of traveling, but one that reminds you how capable you are without always relying on a screen.